What's up, you fuckheads? How we doing, bro? Welcome to the last week. I know it's a little dark in here. I apologize. So my girl's asleep in the other room, so I'm kind of just chilling. I cooked dinner and did whatever. So we're a little tipsy. We've been drinking since about I don't know 11 a.m. today, so I'm a little drunk. But you know what? It's a good time, and we're celebrating. Let's go ahead and I'll tell you what. If you don't want to hear about the engagement, go ahead and skip about 10 minutes ahead. But for those of you who were curious, let's go ahead and kind of run that down. So, the engagement. So, about a month and a half ago, Mary and I went ring shopping, and I wanted her to pick out something that she really wanted to wear, right? And we went to IDC, and I would International Diamond Center, and I would recommend, honestly, best experience of my life. So she had two different bands. She goes, I like this setting with this ring, like the ring itself. And she goes, I also want to add a couple extra features to the ring, this, that, and the other. And it was a very specific request, right? And so what we did is we went there, we talked to them. They said, we can definitely do that. We'll send you a CAD drawing of the ring, and you tell us that that's what you want, and we will send that to the guy who does the rings, and we will make that for you. And so after a couple of iterations, she kept adding things here and there. A couple of iterations, she said, that's it. So what I did is I said, that's it. We're gonna get the ring. That's the ring. And the guy goes, okay, it's gonna be 4 weeks. Okay, that's fine. So it took 4 weeks, and I went in after they got the ring back, and I said, let's go buy a diamond, obviously, for the centerpiece, right? So honestly, a custom made ring, I'm not kidding, right? You think that's like holy shit, money out the ass. It was like 2,400 bucks. But for a custom ring, I mean that's pretty legit, honestly. But anyway, so then I spent whatever on the centerpiece. I don't get all that. Anyway, um, so I got the ring and I was like, okay, how am I gonna propose? That's always the biggest question. Like, how are you gonna do it, right? And so, to make a long story short, we were basically part of a wine club in town, right? So we actually, I know it's like snobby and snootish, whatever, it's fine. But like fine liquors, there's also fine wines, and we've actually become more accustomed to the fine wines and things like that. So we have friends in town, like really close friends. We know the owners of this establishment, the wine shop, like very personally. We also know friends that are very close to them. Like we have an inner circle of friends in town. Long story short. So what I did, they have a wine walk twice a month. It's the first month, it's the first weekend and the third weekend, right? And I got the ring in about a month ago, and I said, okay, her only request was that her hair would be done. She's like, I don't care what happens, just make sure that my hair looks good, right? Well, ironically, this past weekend, she had a hair appointment in the morning, and it was the same day as the wine walk. So, what did I do? I made a reservation for us and our friends to eat a really nice dinner in town. So, we had to dress up a little bit, and her hair was done perfectly, right? So that was step one. Step two was I wanted to propose on the wine walk. So the wine walk, what it is there's like 7 or 8 stops and shops in town. So each stop has about 4 or 5 different wines you can taste. And then on top of all that, if you're part of the club, which we are obviously, you get one free bottle of wine every month. So what I did was we told Mary that instead of just choosing a wine every month to pick, you actually get to taste test every wine, and you tell them what wine you want to choose for the month. It's a new thing. It's like, you know. So what did I have to do? I bought 3 bottles of wine. I brought a folding table to the wine walk, and I made labels on the bottles of wine that said, "Mary, will you marry me?" And basically, the whole idea was that after we got done going through 7 or 8 different stops, we would come to the very last stop, excuse me, and she would taste test a couple of different wines, right? And she would like go, "Wow, that's really good," because it was really good wine that I bought. And she'd go, "That's great. Like, what wine is that?" And then like they would show her the label, and the label would say, "Mary, will you marry me?" Right? So I had this whole thing planned out, and it was like this whole great thing. And I knew she would love it. And I got the father's permission the week before, of course, and everything was in place. I had all of their friends on the same page, like all of our friends. I had fake wine lists made that added that last stop on it. So like everything was like fake. Everybody was in on it. Like everybody was good, right? It was supposed to be perfect. But everyone, like, if anybody tells you any proposal stories, nothing ever goes as according to plan. So at the last minute, as we're on the wine walk, right? The person who was supposed to help me at the shop told me that he was short staffed and he couldn't get it done. So he texted my friend that was with us, and my friend falls back in line, shows me the text message, and he's like, "Hey, hey, like, you know," and I'm like, "Fuck," I was like, "Damn it." So what happened was he ended up having to go and pour the wine for us. And then he fucked that up because the whole point was not to show her the label or tell her what was in the bottles, but just to be like, for her to taste test it and be like, "Oh, that's good. What is that?" But my friend who was thrown in the last minute didn't get the memo. And he's like, "Oh, this is this wine. This is that wine. This is that wine." And I'm like, "Joey, hey," I said, "where's the vineyard from?" He's like, "The fuck if I know," like legit. And I'm like, "Joe, what's on the fucking label?" And the label says, "Mary, will you marry me?" And it took fucking a hot minute, but I got it done. And I proposed. And the best part of the whole thing is she said yes. That's the best part. But the other part is, like, as she said yes, apparently everybody was clued in the area that I proposed. And so everybody started cheering and chanting, was excited, and it was awesome, dude. Like it was great. And honestly, we went to like that night, we went to a nice dinner, we had out with friends, the friends were in on it. And it was very special because I went like really over the top. I made a fake list, I made fake labels for wine, and it was really great, man. And I couldn't be happier, honestly. And we've been drinking all day to celebrate today, so I'm a little tipsy. But that being said, let's go and jump into this week, man. You know what? Unfortunately, or fortunately, I should say, congratulations, Potato Princess. You avoided the penis trophy this year. And Joel, my friend, this is not your year. 2022 is not your year. But we'll get into that. Let's go ahead and jump into it. So I beat Team Hagen, 80.38 points. And here, I keep bitching about why can't I just play the guy who gets 60 points? That's last week. And this week, I'm like neck and neck with this fucker. And if Christian Watson doesn't score a touchdown, I might end up losing in the first round. And I'm kind of pissed off. But we're not going to get there. I'm not talking about it. 80.38 points to 77.32. I had Derek Carr go for 4 points. Christian McCaffrey, 31 of 30 burger. That's what I'm talking about. Fucking Jeff Wilson, 1.6. Get the fuck out of here. CeeDee Lamb, 5.8. Where the fuck have you been, dude? Amon Ra 10.4, Mark Andrews 2.7, Christian Kirk 7. Jesus, my team sucks. Harrison Butker 7, Raiders D got me 10. And on the flip side, he had Huntley go out early at 5.62. Josh Jacobs had an 18.4, but Latavius Murray 4.6. Ayuk 12.7, Amari Cooper 5.2, Dolch 5.7, Thielen 16 points. Excuse me. All right. Tucker 5 and the Cowboys D got you 4. It wasn't enough to beat me last week, but God, I hope you really don't beat me this week, if anything. All right, next up we have. Let's check out some scores here real quick. Next up we got Hans Buttplower scored a 92.04 points versus the fucking Penis Trophy helmet winner. Congratulations, Joel. Oh, we suck again. 92.04 versus 76.86. I had Deshaun Watson 17.34, Devin Singletary, who cares, 4.8, Swift 5.4, no gives a shit. Hopkins 8.4, Justin Jefferson a 30 burger, 32.8 points. Schultz 11.7, DJ Moore got like 0 points basically. Zerline 2 and Eagles D got you 9 versus the flip side. Was not enough. Joe Burrow 17.56. Jamal Williams 3.7 didn't score a touchdown. ETN 3.2. Debo is out, but he got 11.4 points. Mike Evans 6.4. And Njoku 15.2. James Conner 20 fucking points, 20 burger. T Bass 5 and Titans D got you -6, a -6. All right, next up, we have got Mr. Potato Princess whooping that ass, 117 points without a first and second round pick, bro. Congratulations, man. You deserve it. Jalen Hurts 30.38 points, Raheem Mostert 4.9, Michael Carter 0.5, Lockett, Hot Lockett 14.5, DJ Chark 18.4, Tyler Higbee 2.10, Mike Williams 23 points in our league. Holy shit. Myers 4 points, and the Patriots D got him 19 points. And on the flip side, Tannehill 17.76, Damian Pierce on the IR, but got him 10.8. Z Knight, I don't know how to say his name, Zadavian or whatever the fuck he is, for the New York Jets, running back, 14.7, Chris Godwin 7.9, Pickens 9.3, Hawk Strap 7.7, Gallup 5, McPherson 2, and the Bills D was 13, but it was not enough to beat Mr. Potato Princess. Next up, we have the runner-up from the donkey, Mr. Tua Legit to Quit, versus the Ballbuster, who was the oh yeah lineup of the week. How do you go from last to like having the oh yeah lineup of the week is beyond me, but congratulations, sir. You avoided the Penis Trophy this week. 69.98 points versus 137 points. He doubled your fucking score. Josh Allen 20.58, but Najee had 12. Kareem Hunt 2, Waddle 4, Higgins 0, 9.10 for Kelsey. Peoples Jones 19, Suck Up is -1. Steelers were 3. And on the flip side, he doubled everything. Let's just go down the line. Herbert, 21. Miles Sanders, 30. 31. A 30 burger, bro. Stevenson, 2. Keenan Allen, 15. Jerry Jeudy, 29 points. Get the fuck out of here. 4.8 points for Kittle. Mixon was 11.6. Folk was 8. And the Chiefs D were 14 points. Doing fucking great. Next up, a very narrow margin of victory this week was Unicorns versus Waffle King. The Unicorns had 97.88 points versus Waffle King's 101.02 points. So Waffle King won. I could have had a bye. If he had lost this week, Oh, I don't need this one. Anyway. Patrick Mahomes, 25.78 points. King Henry, 20 points. Barkley sucked a dick, 5.8 points. Smith Schuster, 17.7. Slayton's 5.2. Fryer Muth, the Muth is Luth, 10.8 points. Homer, 4.4. Mayor, 8 points. Seahawks D, 8. Versus Waffle King, Tom Brady, 12.12. Tony Pollard, 20 burner for Pollard. Zeke, you have Zeke and Pollard, which is hilarious. And you know it's funny, they're like ones and twos. Pollard had 20 points, Zeke had 15. Adams, Devontae Adams, 8.6. Tyreek Hill, 22 burger at 22.10. Noah Fant though had 0 points. Marquise Brown, 5.4. Carlson, 7. And 49ers D got you 10 points. And last but not least, we got Young Ho, who's the fucking donkey lineup of the week at 59.66 points versus Team Jayville, 102.56. Of course, it doesn't help that he had Kyle Murray get tears ACL for 0.6 points. Dalvin Cook, 7 points. Pacheco, 10.8. Diggs, 5.2. DK Metcalf, 15.6. Moreau, 0. McKenzie, 4.3. Badgley, 6. And Ravens D got him 10 on the flip side for an easy win. This fucker. JV had Dak Prescott for 14.6. Eckler, 20.4. Chubb, 6.9. Jamar Chase, 26.5 points. AJ Brown, 15. Gerald Everett, 5.3. Wilson, 10.8. Sanders, 6. Buccaneers D got you -3. And that is last week's lineup. Congratulations to Mr. Joel Lucas for winning the Penis Trophy for the league. Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations, sir. Hope you enjoy it. It has been a shitty year for you, and for multiple reasons, I will not rub it in, but you are the Penis Trophy winner. Congratulations. Thank you very much. I'm glad you tuned in, and I hope you guys have a great playoff week. I hope I win against Hagen again this week, but it's really going to depend on Christian Watson, which I'm a little worried about. So we're going to find out. Pray for me, honestly. If I lose to Hagen, I'm so pissed. Anyway, have a great night, man. It's good talking to y'all. And true to form, man. Really good.